So for those curious, yeah, you already knew it. Yeah, Gymshark.
And so with David Lade and C-Bum in his car, we have 3 in a billion. The rarest of the rare. Coach Greg, and the moment you've been waiting for, Sam Sulick's latest announcement.
Another lift, but different from the others, right? And they will continue to be kind of let's just say in a slightly different era.
And so I know many of you are speculating that Sam Sulek was going to announce to the world that he was using Turk Builder Max, and that was why he made all his gains. Or that he was going to join Momentous Clothing, the clothing line that was began by Hussein Farhat, Eric Janicki, and Coach Greg Doucette. And so Momentous drops on August 1st. Mark your calendars. It's coming up faster than last time. Hey, it can't always be Shark Week. I know, bros, you like Shark Week. Enjoy it. It's a good time, especially when you have your favorite throat goat. But sometimes you got to make a change. Move on over to Momentous. Let the momentum pull you over. But it was none of those things. He's finally hopping on gear, and no, it wasn't that. Gregging my Sam bun to this. Of course you are. I can feel the Coach Greg video being filmed this very second. All of those were amazing guesses. You were close. But one person, they got it right. He's joining Gymshark. It's over. And so that's exactly what's going on. He's joining Gymshark. Many people thought he was joining Raw. It's Gymshark. And so Gymshark now welcomes Sam Sulick.
So for those curious, yeah, you already knew it. Yeah, Gymshark.
And so with David Lade and C-Bum in his car, we have 3 in a billion. The rarest of the rare. C-Bum, a 6-time Olympia champion, and Sam Sulick, the heir to his throne. And I'm not talking about the heir to the Olympia throne. I'm talking about being the most popular bodybuilder in the world. With C-Bum retiring and Sam Sulick as an IFBB pro, he is the most popular. You're thinking, hey, what about Ramon Dino? What about Derek Lunsford or Samson Dota? None of those guys even come close to Sam Sulick. And so Sam Sulick, he has the power, just like He-Man. David Lade in the background. He's in the background. Notice the seat that they put him in. He's in the back seat. He ain't no front seat driver. And so David Lade, who was one of the most popular guys in the world back in the day, he still has some popularity, but the bros in the front seat, they have the power.
6-time Olympia champion.
At least you remember this time.
And then 6-plate deadlifter.
I'm a 7-plate deadlifter.
And so David Lade, when he was on performance-enhancing drugs, was a 7-plate deadlifter. He isn't that right now. C-Bum was a 7-plate deadlifter. And Sam Sulick, well, he doesn't do the deadlifts. Perhaps the return of the deadlift so Sam Sulick can join David Lade and C-Bum as 7-plate deadlifters.
Yes, he's like, well, you know, when my legs, they really blew up once I started squatting and, you know, hitting legs 3 days in a row.
I said I had done it a couple times.
And so if you really want to get your legs to blow up, why don't you try bike racing against Coach Greg, especially C-Bum. C-Bum, you're retired now. I've seen you go out on a bike ride. Why don't you race up on Zwift? Trust me, that's going to get your quads blown up.
My only subtext is we just need to get some arm wrestling after, and then I'm good.
I mean, look, I'm a Devin Larratt fan.
I'm a Devin Larratt prodigy.
Devin Larratt, one of the best arm wrestlers in the world, also from Canada. We've also got C-Bum in Canada. We've got the power back up in Canada.
I benched 390, but I invented the unethical cheat code of doing it with a deadlift bar.
And so David Lade, one of my most popular natty or nots of all time. And remember, it wasn't how much size that he had. It wasn't even how much muscle he put on. It wasn't even the aesthetics. It was the fact that years after he'd been lifting, he suddenly exploded in strength. He went from around 315 pounds to 390 after having trained for years. Slowly, year after year, was making progress when suddenly his strength went through the roof. Incredible deadlift, incredible bench press. He went up to 390, and that's what was suspicious. And notice, has he ever bench pressed that again? Has he ever deadlifted that again? Can he in fact still squat 465? Where is that strength now? Last I checked, when you're 18, 19, 20 years of age, compared to in your late 20s, your strength doesn't go down, your size doesn't go down, it actually goes up. Just like Jeff Seed, he put on all that size when he was younger, but he got smaller when he got older. And so if 5 years from now, we look at Hussein Farhat and he's weaker and smaller than he is right now, then I'm going to have to redo a video and say, you know what, everyone? I think you might have been right. For some reason, he was able to put on all that muscle. Then he got off the steroids long before he met me and was able to continuously pass the blood work. But if in 5 years from now, he's bigger and stronger than he is right now, and he continues to pass the blood work, he still offers the $100,000. And if he passes it, well, then I'm right. Whether or not you think I've lost all credibility, does that really matter? I don't need to be credible. I just need to make videos that you guys are watching. I don't give a shit if you think I'm credible. Why would that matter? I just care that there's more views than last time. And so if I'm getting 100,000 plus views on my videos, then I've done my job. And if you're buying a Juga Turkistanica from either Turk Builder Max or Turk Platinum, I've also done my job. Here's the beauty of if I get what I want. If I get what I want, you also get what you want. You want gains, you want to build muscle, you want to remain natural. This is what you use. Code Greg 15% off. Do you know how confident I am about this stuff? If you've been ripped off in the past, lied to by guys like Derek from Gorilla Mode and others, remember, I don't care, bring the lawsuits on. I dare you. We have chain of custody proving that you're a lying piece of shit scammer. We can prove it. And so if you want to try actual Ajuga Turkistanica, and if you have receipts showing you've been lied to, if you send us proof of purchase, we're going to give you it at 50% off. You have to be a new customer. I want you to try it because once you try it, I know I'm going to get repeat customers. You're going to keep buying it. And so once you've bought one, you're probably going to buy 10. And so all I need to do is get you in the door to try it, to try the #1 natural supplement in the world. It's so much better than creatine. It's almost an embarrassment that we're getting compared to creatine. It's creatine on steroids. That is a much more fair comparison. And so if you try it and you don't like it, you didn't get the gains that you were hoping for. You didn't get more jacked. You didn't have more energy. You didn't have better recovery. You just didn't feel it. Money back guarantee and a $20 gift card. How many companies are doing that? You can get it for half price. Try it. If you don't like it, you get your money back. What more can I do? What more can I offer? And so in 10 years from now, when you look back and see HDLT supplements is worth between $100 million and $1 billion because of this, you'll know why. You want to try it? Get on it right now.
You drop it on your chest,
Turns into a rainbow.
it acts as a slingshot, and then you launch it back up.
And so I used to use a slingshot bench pressing all the time. It basically is like wearing knee wraps. And so I used to put on 5 plates, could bang out 10 to 15 reps with these. You're going to lift at least 100 pounds more. And so just because somebody says they can lift a certain amount, is that raw? And that doesn't apply just to bench press. Squat. How low did they go? Was it halfway down? Were they wearing knee wraps? Were they wearing a squat suit? And so just because someone says they can lift a certain weight, it doesn't mean it to be true.
How do you feel about the 2 cables connecting to one versus one?
Doesn't change anything.
I like one.
And so whether or not you have one pulley connected together or 2 separate ones, it's up to you. They're both beneficial. One is not better than the other. I oftentimes will warm up with 2 separate cables doing my lat pull downs. And later on, I'll use the same on a 1 singular pulley. The point is, just do it. I don't care if you're using 1 pulley, 2 pulleys, no pulleys, you're just doing chins. Just get out and lift.
David, if you're going a little more strength specific, shouldn't you get limb shortening so you can have proper leverages?
Everyone knows that when you're a 5'6" manlet like Coach Greg, you're at a huge disadvantage in an arm wrestle. Why do you think Devin Livrat is so good? He's 6'6" tall. And what about Brian Shaw? Bro's almost 6'8". These guys have huge advantages because their limbs are longer. It's like the wheelbarrow effect. The longer the limb, the more power you're going to have. And so if you have short little T-Rex arms, it puts you at a disadvantage.
4-second negative, medium grip, AMRAP, underhand grip, AMRAP.
So it's as many reps as possible, not as many reps as pleasurable.
And honestly, the AMRAP, as many reps as pleasurable, I think that that's actually how most people train. Most people train to mild discomfort, or if you tell them to go AMRAP, they go, okay, as many sets as feels good. You know, those reps were pleasurable. When I'm training, it's to failure. I can't remember the last time I didn't do a set to failure and or beyond. And so unless you're a beginner or early intermediate, if you're holding back, and I'm not talking about every single set done to failure, but at least some of your sets should be done to failure every single workout. And if you're not, you're leaving some gains at the table.
I've seen fake failure before. Because I know what the guy lifts normally.
And so here's another thing. Anyone that says 4-second negative, what they actually mean is 2. Most people, they don't know how to count. Now, when I was a school teacher, I used to do this game. You would all close your eyes and I would say, we're going to count to 20 seconds. And we're going to see who's the closest. Sometimes people were looking up at 5 seconds, sometimes for a minute. And what I learned is it doesn't improve when you get older. People have no clue. And so a 4-second eccentric, especially when you're training legs, especially when you're getting tired, it feels like an eternity. And so 4-second eccentrics, unless your name is Eric Janicki, it generally doesn't happen. People might say, oh yeah, it's 2-second concentric and 4 seconds down with the pause. No one's doing that. And so what I tell people is to simply go slower on the eccentric than on the concentric. 4 seconds plus 2, that's probably 6 seconds with a pause, 7 times 8 reps. It's almost a minute. People, they're not training close to a minute for 8 repetitions. And so perhaps 2 seconds down, 1 second on the way up. That's all you need. I mean, this is Sebum, a 6-time Olympia champion. There's no way that's 4 seconds. And that's from him. And so if Sebum can't do it, what makes you think you can? That was 4 seconds in total. And so if he's doing a 4-second eccentric, 2 seconds on the way up, it would have been significantly longer. And so, guys, no one's doing 4-second eccentrics. You don't need to do it. I don't recommend that you do it. 2 seconds on the way down, 1 second on the way up.
This is gonna cook me. This shit is gonna cook me. I haven't went this hard since I was like 18.
If you're going 8 reps to failure with a specific grip and you don't rest and you change your grip, you're not getting 8 reps more. It doesn't happen. It's not possible. Unless you're from Krypton or you have some form of a disability of some sort, there's no way you can just keep getting 8 reps every single time. And so when doing sets like this, you have to reduce the load approximately 20 to 30% if you should have a chance.
2 more, come on.
And so as you can see, Sam Sulick, also an IBB pro, those are not 4-second eccentrics. One thing that I noticed in this video that perhaps you do as well, none of them have a proper tan. Where's the tan? Guys, if you don't have the proper tan, what are you even doing? And so notice, Sam did a set of 8, drops the weight, does 2 or 3 reps more, and Sebum has to come and help him. It's too heavy. And so if we're doing a set, why not reduce the load? You drop the weight and move the peg. It takes all of 4 seconds. You'll get the reps.
Just rip it, come on. Get in the flow.
Yeah, like that. Come on.
And so notice David Lade is absolutely having no control on the eccentric. There's none. It's as if the weight is twice as heavy as he should be lifting. And I wonder why. He's trying to keep up with Sebum and Sam Sulick. And so his form is really bad. He's not controlling eccentric. And these are all your heroes, the guys that know more than almost anyone. And so if they can't do it, what hope do we have? And so when I say train harder than last time, go slower on the eccentric than the concentric, I'm trying to keep it simple because people, they don't get it. And so I try to speak at your level. Now, most people are not geniuses. They don't have IQs of 160 like Mike Isertel. And so I'm trying to make it so that it's simple. Slower on the way up, faster on the way down. And next time you go and train, you train harder than last time. You keep it simple. And how do you lose weight? You put the fork down. You eat in a calorie deficit. You eat less. Do you have to track all your foods every single day and all that? No, you don't. You weigh yourself in the morning. And if it's going down week after week, keep doing it. If you're gaining weight, eat less. It really is that simple.
Oh, yeah. Quick.
Stretch it up. Come on.
Keep going.
Horrendous. Horrible technique. Horrible. 3 guys did it together and show you exactly what not to do. Horrible. I mean, these guys are so locked in that it's Shark Week that their minds are in the gutter. Oh my God, Shark Week. I can't wait to get home. I'm feeling a tingling session down below.
I'm retired, yeah.
You're retired. What the hell are you talking about?
Only I can say
He's
that.
retired.
David Lade retired. He didn't even get started. You can't retire before you even start. Literally, David Lade's 27 years of age. He could literally say, hey, you know what? I'm going to start competing. I'm going to get involved rather than just posting these photos for years to come. That's all he's done. I mean, let's be honest. David Lade is a good-looking 27-year-old man. He's famous for being young, hot, and attractive, but he hasn't had a career. I don't want to be overly critical here, but I like David Lade's shirt. Like, I feel like that's aesthetic for weightlifting when you're attractive and so on. But Sebum and Sam Sulick, like, how is that the look that you want in the gym? Like, when you have a Mr. Olympia winning physique, are you really going to cover yourself in loose clothing, or are you going to wear something more like momentous clothing to highlight the physique, especially when you have that proper tan? If I didn't know any better, I would say that 50-year-old Coach Greg almost has a better physique than Sam Sulick and Sebum. It's the clothing. Now, clearly I do not. Clearly they're far superior, but it's being hidden. The clothes are taking away from their physiques.
2 more, come on. 1 more, come on.
I mean, if the goal of this was to have 2 people work out at the same time, the weight is so heavy, I'm not sure which person is pulling harder. Is it Sam Sulick training or is it Sebum? He's having to help him so much because the weight is too high. You remove the weight 20 to 30%, you take off the peg, you pull out the peg, and you peg it a little bit higher. And so if they had been pegging properly, this workout would be a lot better.
Dink, 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 dink.
2 more.
I mean, this could have been retitled Ego Lifting Threesome in the Gym.
Seated cable is different. Like, I don't get so much erector.
And so if you're experiencing trouble with your erectors, you can, of course, get harder than last time. Code Greg, 15% off.
Every set for like a year and a half was a drop set. Because like in my mind, the logic was if I could curl the 50s for 10, I could still do the 30s for 6. Why would I leave that in the tank?
If you're an advanced level trainer, I don't think every single set should be beyond failure, but 20% beyond failure doing any advanced training technique, I think that's on point.
All the way back.
I want to make one point is that I've been criticizing their form and their technique and all this quite a bit, but what they are doing correctly is they're actually pushing themselves. And I do believe that going hard is more important than having proper lifting technique. If you push yourself hard consistently for years, of which all of these guys clearly are, you're going to get some gains. People have been saying, hey, if you don't do science-based training with the cables properly, perfect technique, then you're not going to make the gains. Training hard beats training scientifically, unless scientifically involves training hard. Every single time.
Why haven't you just got like a regular AC in here?
Why? Because it makes you tougher.
The key is you don't want to sweat so much. Many people put on the pump covers and they start sweating. They think, oh, this is amazing. The more I sweat, the more calories I burn. The more this, the more that. The amount of you sweat isn't an indicator of how hard your workout was. How hard you worked out is the indicator. And so what do I have? Well, if you look at my bike downstairs, 4 fans, large fans at that, and that allows me to stay cool, which allows me to train harder than last time. Many people, I'm sure, look at me like I'm some kind of an idiot moron walking around with a fan at the gym. I have 2 fans while I warm up on the bike, carry a fan with me from machine to machine while I'm training. But I know it allows me to go harder. If I'm sweating too much, if the air temperature is too high, I can't push as hard, I can't push as long. And so who doesn't want to go long and hard? And so you got to get a fan. The fan is going to help you. And so if there's one piece of advice to go into the gym and you're not sure what to do, stay cool.
Why did he make it so big?
The gym?
Yeah.
It's not that big.
You don't. How much bigger is than this?
Why are they talking about how big it is? Remember, guys, it's not the size of the ocean, it's the motion of the whale that's going through the water, and that decides how much splash it's going to create. And so speaking of the ocean, that is where you can find the Blue Lobster. And as you know, there's the Blue Lobster pre-workout. We got Eric Janicki's juice and I got Hussein's mode. And if you're interested in any kind of pre-workout, get the best tasting one, the one with the solidroside that's going to get you amped up and like a chatterbox, you're going to be in a better mood. It's amazing. Interested in the pre-workout? Click the link in the description, code Greg, 15% off. And so notice Sam Sulek when he's training his back, he's doing his seated rows. He doesn't do full range of motion. There's a whole lot of partials going on. And the studies as of late, they're showing primarily that the long range lengthened part of the lift is actually more important than the end portion or the squeezing portion. And so you stretch out, you get the full squeeze, and even if you don't go all the way in, it's still good. He's training hard. Does this form look like he knows what he's doing? If it wasn't Sam Sulek and it was just some bro you'd never met, you'd be making fun of him. You'd be saying, he doesn't know how to train. Look at this guy. Every set, it looks stupid. Bro is just ego lifting, but yet look at his physique. And the fact he has millions of followers, he's well-liked, you're thinking, oh, he must know what he's doing. And so, guys, just freaking train hard.
Right now, we'll both go like on the hook on the inside. This is where I would literally get smoked. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, sure,
No amount of check drops will save me here.
Didn't David say that he's a lifetime natural? And did he just drop check drops? And so check drops are actually known as my Bolerone. I used to use this back in the day when I couldn't get a hold of halotestin. It's very, very harsh. It's strong. It kicks in immediately. Some guys that I were helping coach who are fighters, MMA fighters and so on, will get them to use these things. And it makes you an animal. And so for him to drop that, no amount of check drops would save me. Has he been experimenting with this? And for him to know this designer stare, not many people are referring to these things. He knows more than you think.
Ready, set, go!
Are we actually going? Are we taking a picture?
Yeah, we're just taking a picture.
And so Chris is thinking, there's no way I want to wrestle right now. Remember, Ian Valere was his coach. Ian Valere had that massive scar up on his arm from arm wrestling. And so he knows the danger. He's not going to put his arm at risk. He's only going to go 50%.
Definitely want to have more muscle tissue. I want to have less pain in my shoulders, which I'm already doing real good at. And I just want to get stronger.
You just described exactly what this will do. David wants David 2.0. To become David 2.0, he wants to have more muscle and more strength. Take your pick, David. You're 27 years of age. Your newbie gains have long been surpassed. And so if you don't want to, again, use performance-enhancing drugs, SARMs, steroids, whatever, you want to go the natural route. Turk Builder Max, Turk Platinum, I would suggest. And if you previously were scammed by, for example, Derek from Gorilla Mind or other companies in the past, you know what you have to do. You send your proof of purchase and you get 50% off for first-time customers only.
When you're sub 20s, around 20 years old, you're just invincible. To where it's arguably almost better to train semi dangerously because you're getting some crazy intensity.
I mean, this sounded like the dumbest logic I've ever heard. David Lade is saying, when you're younger and you recover so much easier, you may as well risk it because even if you get hurt, you get recovered. Well, except for me, I got hurt and I'm a mess and I've been a mess since my teenage years. And so don't listen to David Lade. You know what happened to him. He got injured. He's now hoping he can squat 315 for 10, even though he could lift that as a teenager. He's now 27. He wants to deadlift 405 for reps. Bro used to do 7 plates. Stop lifting so heavy. Try to use proper technique to avoid getting injured.
Red, red, red. And look here, you have all the blacks.
All right, so that was actually good.
And so just like David was able to perform some mind-blowing magic, I'd like you to do the same thing on your physique while being 100% natural. And so, guys, if you haven't tried it, you need to try it. Better than creatine. Sorry, way better than creatine. And so be one of the tens of thousands of people that have been using Turk Builder Max, Turk Platinum, and you will be a believer. Years from now, the world would look back and realize just how amazing this really is. And so if you'd like to try it, remember, at no risk to you, there's a money-back guarantee and a $20 gift card. And those of you who were scammed from other companies, and you're not a believer, you get to try it at 50% off. We're not scamming you. We have third-party lab testing proving all of this. I've shown you exactly what's happening with the other companies. We've shown you the Greg Flick's documentary of where we get this product from, that it's actually a Juga, that it's not cyanosis. It's the best of the best natural supplement in the world. And so if you're interested, code Greg, 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Congratulations to Sam Sulick for joining Gymshark. I was wondering how long it would take him. And if you'd like to get your blood work done or order various medications without doctors preventing you for the cheapest prices yet, and with AlgoRx, there's no commission-based sales. At Merrick Health, then they try to sell you a product. They're going to say things like, hey, you need this and you need that. And the more things you buy, the more commission they make. With AlgoRx, no commission paid, and so they're not incentivized to try to convince you to buy everything. And so if you want to get way cheaper prices from a company you can trust, AlgoRx is it. And so if you're interested, click the link in the description. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And until next time, I am out.